With 2 departures from WWE and more, this is Wrestling Hub. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official and follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. When it comes to details on WWE's decision to move Kevin Owens to Smackdown, it was said that Ringside News reached out to a tenured member of the creative team to ask about how long those plans for Kevin Owens on Smackdown. We were told that this has been the plan all along. Kevin Owens was the one we had in mind when the Jey Uso trade was announced. Now Owens is back on Smackdown without Sami Zayn this time around. He will have to do his own thing, but he's also used to that at this point. Releasing a statement on the conflict between Israel and Palestine, former WWE star Mojo Rawley said this on X. "I am Palestinian. My father was born in Jerusalem. I have family that lives in Jerusalem and Gaza. Family members have been killed. Their homes were reduced to ash. My family are not terrorists. They do not want war. They want to live their lives in their homes with their families peacefully. On the other side of the wall, many Israeli people feel the same way. While they may not be my blood family, it is as horrifying to see innocent Israeli citizens killed. I will never support the murder or brutalization of innocent people anywhere. I condemn the terroristic acts of last week. I condemn the terroristic acts that are currently unfolding in present time, and I condemn all future terroristic acts no matter who commits them. Right now, over 2 million Palestinians are being denied the right to food, water, energy, and fuel in the world's largest open-air prison. More than 2 million Palestinians, half of whom are children, no aid or support of any kind is being allowed to these peaceful civilians. They are unable to flee Gaza. They will be killed if they try. There would still be no place they could go. Even if there was, they stay put knowing that if they leave now, they will never have a country to call their own ever again. Eventually then, the Palestinian people would be totally eradicated. The thought that very soon I may no longer have a people or an ancestral home is unimaginable. To my fellow Palestinians, my thoughts and prayers are with you. I will forever be inspired by your will to survive and endure. To the Jewish community, my thoughts and prayers are with you. I'm a better person today for the impact my Jewish friends have had on my life. I hate that the past week has caused a greater divide in all of our lives. My heart breaks for the Palestinian and Jewish communities. Every person deserves the right to exist. Every person deserves the right to be free." Addressing his new entrance theme in WWE, Carlito said on the Ringer Wrestling Show's Cheap Heat podcast, "You mean the intro? It's a little different. I wanted to do something a little different, you know what I mean? It's been so much time, you gotta change with the time a little bit, so I wanted to kind of keep the cool going, but just show up with something new." From what I heard, people weren't crazy about the new theme song yet, but I think I wasn't either, so maybe it's one of those things that might grow on you later, but we'll see. They ran it by me. They wanted to change it. I wasn't crazy about changing it. I, like everyone else, wanted to keep it. I liked it the way it was, but they said, "We want to change it. All right, let's see what we can do." And they asked me for my input here and there. It could use a little bit more bass here, more drums, little things like that. And then the lines, I wanted to change them. I didn't want the old lines from before. Like I said, I wasn't crazy about it, but also it was like one of those earworms where I'd be humming it to myself during the day, because they said you listen to it 1,000 times and then I'd find myself just humming it here without even noticing it. So it grew on me a little bit. So maybe, hopefully, I know people don't like change. I'm that guy too. I'm not crazy about change, but I think it's something that needed to be done just to, put a fresh coat of paint on everything. Explaining why his WWE return was held up as well as his time away from the company, Carlito said on that same show that, "I just had this feeling that I would be back in WWE somehow. I don't know how. The reason I think it took so long, I think there was miscommunication between both sides. I thought I had heat with them, they thought they had heat with me, and there were just days we didn't communicate. Sometimes time goes by and you see things a different way, and like I said, I always had love for WWE. I always wanted to be in WWE. It's just I needed a break. I didn't need a 13-year break, but because even when they would talk to me, they were kind of hesitant. They thought I was anti-WWE, you know what I mean? I'm like, no, it's not that. I don't do the go backstage and say hi to everyone. It looks like you're looking for a job, so I don't do that, you know what I mean? My resume is out there. I don't want to be anywhere where they don't want me, so I was like, my resume's out there. If you want me, I'm here. But so I think they took that kind of just as he wants nothing to do with us. So I'm glad that we finally are able to sit down and air everything out and show there's love on both sides, I think. Asked if fans would see her make a return to pro wrestling, Lacey Evans told the Road Trip After Hours podcast, "I'm not going to say no, but God help the son of a gun I get my hands on if I do." Evans then said this about AEW schedule. "Absolutely, I'm mean as hell. I'm one mean son of a gun. That was probably my fault at requesting my release. There are no hard feelings at WWE. It's great. That lifestyle is for that. When they hold that title above their head, that's what makes them feel significant or feel like they've accomplished something. Me being able to make my kids food or cook my old man, that to me is worth all the weight in gold." Given her online feud with Sergeant Slaughter, who was upset over Lacey Evans not asking permission before using his finishing move in WWE, Evans said this about those issues on that same podcast. "I did what I was told and I looked damn good the entire time. I'm trying to get booked at a Comic-Con next to his daughter. I would love to have a booth of my own, and she had a lot to say too. I don't need nobody to stand up for me. What bothered me was the fact that they did take it so legitimate on social media. Where I come from and the woman I am, you better stand firm in what you said. Same thing backstage in WWE. I stand in what I am and what I believe in, and I'll be damned if I'm going to sit back and let anybody legitimately. Storyline is one thing, but I'll be damned if you think that you can come to me, social media, or in my face, and I'm not going to say what needs to be said and what needs to be done. Sergeant Slaughter, as I address you and your daughter, which I don't know what her name is, I couldn't give two I just remember what she looks like. If you're going to tell a story, make sure you tell the whole damn one. Don't tell half of it. That makes it seem like something it ain't. You tell them that you were addressed, talked to, and it was all in the works before you decided for some reason, which is none of my business because I don't care, you're gonna act like you have no idea. Sweetheart, where'd that military background, backbone go that you claim you have?" It seems a wrestler has been arrested after assaulting a fan, as Ringside News writes. Indie wrestler Creepy the Clown, whose real name is Michael R. Kind Sr., encountered legal issues after an incident at an Indiana powerhouse wrestling event. Now he is facing charges. According to Fox 59, Michael R. Kind Sr. was apprehended following a live event in Muncie, Indiana. Court documents state that a 34-year-old fan with autism attended the wrestling show with a caregiver and was described as noisy, which upset some nearby people. After the event, Kind allegedly confronted the fan, elbowing him in the back of the head and using strong language. The fan struck back by hitting Kind in the face with a soda can, but others present obstructed the caregiver's attempts to intervene. Kind verbally attacked the fan with derogatory remarks before eventually being advised to leave by a witness. An IPW representative confirmed that Kind admitted involvement in the altercation and claimed the fan had provoked him. Consequently, Kind was terminated from the company. The victim suffered injuries, including a broken nose and multiple facial cuts. Kind is now facing a battery charge with the potential of a 1 to 6 year prison sentence if convicted. With it previously reported that the Dyad would be leaving WWE when their contracts expired, that has taken place, as Sean Ross Apple Fightful said. James Drake and Zach Gibson, who have been performing in WWE as Jagger Reed and Rip Fowler of the Dyad/Schism, are now free agents. The two had asked for their releases earlier this year and were denied those releases. Also known as the Grizzled Young Veterans, they became NXT UK Tag Team Champions before moving stateside and working on the NXT brand. Following the release from WWE, Drake and Gibson posted this video.
All right, guys, thank you for coming out today. Now, we're going to be doing a multicam promo shoot. I know you're familiar with those. We're just going to wait for this rain to lighten up a little bit.
We don't need to wait for the rain, okay? We're doing this now. No multicam, just one camera. No spooky lights, no special effects. I won't even need a contact lens, okay? No overproduction. We're done.
No overproduction. I mean, like, come on. Where does that get you?
Nowhere. We're filming it now.
No, seriously, where does that get you?
Nowhere.
You've got soulless wrestlers with heartless gimmicks. And then you've got the death of creativity. We took a long look around and we said to ourselves, if this is the big life, then we're not looking to live it. We are sick of taking the safe option. We are sick of reading the same old boring scripts that go absolutely nowhere. And we are sick with dealing with knobheads that have wormed their way into this business.
A very famous British wrestler told us when we arrived in the States that it was time for us to put our head down and start listening to orders if we wanted to succeed. He said that he wanted us to have all the fun out of our system because there's no pirates here. Well, I am sorry. For anyone that had different expectations for us, I am sorry that we can't be who you wanted us to be. Simply put, we are not politicians. It's a pirate's life for us. I am Liverpool's #1, Zach Gibson. This man is James Drake. Together, we are grizzled young veterans that felt good to say again. We have conquered all of Europe and we're never gonna stop. The boys are back.
Ah, yes, yes. And if you see the GYV coming, grit your teeth.
Yes! We made your job a little easy for you, lad. Nice and easy on the editing. One take.
Oh, that felt good.
Let's go.
Oh, yes.
Go. Oh!
And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.